This delivery platform, yes, pays on average $28 with really the astounding feature of an automatic tip on top of that as well. What marketplaces is it in? What do you have to do? And how do you qualify? Because this could be a pretty good opportunity. This platform is called Zifty, founded in 2003. Zifty is a web-based delivery company. Quote, "We deliver food, snacks, drinks, and more to you in about an hour or less." So for you though, as the delivery driver, this is of course food delivery, but this also encompasses, in my opinion, the very attractive earnings opportunity right now, the catering space as well. Now, Zifty says you can look for part-time work, but also full-time work. And then there's routed deliveries. There's your standard, pickup, drop-off deliveries. And then there's scheduled deliveries. Now, the routed deliveries are pretty interesting because think of other catering platforms. Deliver That, Delivered, the DoorDash large order catering program. Typically, it's a one-off delivery. Here's a request, pick it up, drop it off. But if you could do probably, again, one of the best opportunities right now, routed catering runs, like, okay, for the next X amount of hours, you're going to do 10 different catering drop-offs. These are all higher ticket, usually like $100 plus, $300 plus subtotals. And if we're going on a percent tip, like your standard order, like tipping 10 to 15%, that's how you earn a lot more than standard food delivery runs. With Zifty, this is also contractor work. And they say, quote, "Mostly it's going to be weekdays and daytime hours, and you have the flexibility included with your part-time position." So how do I qualify for Zifty, and what's the deal with those automatic tips as well? So here's an example of an opening for a contractor with Zifty. This in Atlanta, Georgia, listed as delivery driver. Benefits, flexible schedule, independence, a lot of things we've seen from other gig apps. Here's the requirements though. Have your own vehicle in good working condition, no year requirements there. Must be 21 years of age or older, and a lot of other just basic requirements there. Now pay attention to this though, because that listing was listed as catering driver. So we can pay attention to this, and if you drive for Zifty, maybe you can share it down below in the comments, because other listings are as a catering delivery driver. Now here in the listing, it says catering delivery drivers needed, earn an average of $28 per delivery. Now, it sounds really good, okay? $28 on average per delivery. Just keep in mind though, remember that higher ticket value for catering runs that I told you. If you didn't know, the catering platform Delivered, they're highlighting that their drivers tend to average $35 per order over a 30-day period. And then catering platform Deliver That says something very similar, that they've averaged $25 to $35, including tips, for each completed delivery. So trust me, $28 on Zifty on average per delivery is still very good. But it's the same fundamentals that I teach you here. I would still want you to multi-app, drive it on different apps at the same time with catering here. Just sign up for Zifty, sign up for Deliver That, deliver local and regional options. For the catering driver listing specifically, it does say must own or purchase a large insulated delivery bag. We have some in our affiliate team storefront, link down below. Personally, I would get at least 2 because I believe you need 2 for Deliver That, so you might as well get 2 anyway. And they do say something that is similar to that other catering platform, Deliver That, talking about a dress code is dress pants, collared shirt, and closed-toed shoes. Now, if you're an independent contractor, 1099 work legally, a company platform can't mandate a dress code. If you're hired as a W-2 though, an employee, and this is your employer, then yes, they could have a dress code. Just keep that in mind. Now it does say a reliable car with valid insurance. Sorry, no scooters, bikes, or motorcycles. And that kind of makes sense. I've seen that from Deliver That and Delivered because you are doing larger catering orders. When would I deliver? So Zifty operates from 11 a.m. until midnight. That's every day of the year except Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day. Now here's the part about the tips, because the pay structure is based on size of the offer and then tips here. So yes, with Zifty, there is a mandatory, or I guess we'll say default tip on certain orders. Do I tip the driver? Tipping is not required, but is greatly appreciated on orders less than $100. Our drivers gladly accept all tips. All orders over $100 have a 15% gratuity automatically added to them. So the way I would imagine this is done is, yes, it's most likely automatically added, but I would assume a client has the option to edit that, lower it, or of course increase it. I can't imagine that is literally mandated. If you drive for Zifty, you can let us know down below in the comments. But it is, yes, automatically added 15% of orders over $100. So here's an order screen example here of what you're gonna see as a Zifty driver. Very similar to a lot of other delivery gig apps with the pickup location, the drop off. The estimated earnings here, you have an approximate item count, which is good. Just gives you an idea of how large this order is going to be. Order value, or the subtotal that the customer paid, estimated mileage, and then an estimate of gas expense. Now this particular example here, $24 for 18 miles, especially on that subtotal of basically $600, indicates a pretty low tip here, so not the best dollars to mile ratio. How much am I getting paid per mile driven? And also keep in mind here, you can see a cancellation fee of $10 applies. If you cancel after this case, you can see the date and time there. These are larger businesses, offices, and they're planning a large, in this case, $600 worth of food, and they want it to be there at a certain time. So these platforms don't want to have drivers just dropping orders randomly. Zifty operates in over 28 major markets throughout the US. You can see them listed here. And it's the same thing I tell you with any really gig app platform opportunity. If your marketplace isn't listed here, A, at least this is now on your radar. B, if you're interested in catering, if they have a wait list, I would sign up for a wait list if possible. I like the opportunities on catering right now. I like the tip default, at least for those orders that are over $100. I like the opportunities for routed deliveries as well. I do think catering is a good opportunity right now. The cons though is you might have a lower volume, especially if you don't multi-app. Like, well, this is my thing, I'm going online, I really don't have a ton of other options. You're probably going to be pretty slow if you're just driving on Zifty. Another con, certainly they're not in a ton of marketplaces, but they are in a lot of major marketplaces. And then there's also that initial small investment in delivery bags. But frankly, for the volume size and the orders that you're going to get, and hopefully cross-platform, that's not a huge con. There is the dress code thing, but if you are an independent contractor, 1099, for instance, when I asked the deliver that support, it's highly suggested, highly recommended, but they told me like, no, it's not mandatory because they can't mandate that. So let me know, Zifty, catering, routed deliveries, all of that, and an average pay of $28. Let me know, is that a good side hustle option for you?